How's it going, everybody? The PlayStation Ready Set Play sale is running from now until August 26th, and there's a ton of absolute bangers on sale for up to 90% off. Every day I put together lists of the top games you can get at a deep discount, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's video. If any physical editions exist, you can find them down in the description, but with that out of the way, that's enough yapping from me, so let's get straight into it. For $21, 40% off, Visage is a slow-burn, first-person psychological horror game that traps you in a massive, ever-changing house haunted by the dark memories of families who once lived and tragically died there. Explore its gloomy corridors and twisted rooms, uncovering grisly stories of murder, insanity, and suicide, while unseen entities stalk your every move, warping your perception and testing your sanity in a tense, terrifying, and deeply unsettling atmosphere. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, Tormented Souls is a survival horror adventure that channels the spirit of classics like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Following Carolyn Walker, she investigates the mysterious disappearance of twin girls in a decrepit, decaying mansion filled with nightmarish secrets. You'll explore the eerie halls of Winter Lake, solving fiendish puzzles, scavenging scarce resources, and surviving grotesque creatures that stalk every shadowed corridor. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $24, 60% off, The Outlast Trials is a co-op survival horror experience from Red Barrel set during the Cold War, where unwilling test subjects are imprisoned inside Murkoff's sadistic psychological experiments. Sneak through nightmarish trial facilities solo or with up to 3 friends using stealth-focused gameplay, scarce defensive tools like stun rigs and blind mines, and 10 subjective-based missions that pit you against grotesque enemies. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $10, 50% off, Crow Country is a survival horror game that blends eerie exploration with challenging puzzles, atmospheric storytelling, and a deeply mysterious story. Navigate the abandoned theme park of Crow Country, uncover hidden secrets, and piece together the truth behind Edward Crow's disappearance while confronting strange monsters and disturbing events, with every step demanding careful observation and problem solving. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $17, 80% off, the Dying Light collection bundles Dying Light 1 and 2, delivering the ultimate zombie survival experience across 2 expansive open-world adventures full of horror and parkour. Explore sprawling cities by day and face relentless horrors by night, craft weapons to survive the infected, and enjoy Dying Light's extra quarantine zones and remastered soundtrack alongside Dying Light 2's Bloody Ties DLC and digital extras. It's a 75 average on OpenCritic, average trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 170 hours to get both platinums. For $21, 30% off, Tormented Souls 2 is a survival horror experience where Carolyn Walker must save her sister Anna from visions that manifest into terrifying reality, leading them to the remote town of Villa Hesse. Explore unnerving locations like a shadowy convent, derelict mall, and abandoned school while switching between realities to alter the past and uncover dark secrets in a twisted, suspense-filled narrative. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, and there's unfortunately 9 broken trophies, making the platinum currently unobtainable. For $7, 75% off, Amnesia The Bunker is a first-person horror game from the creators of Soma and Amnesia, plunging you into a desolate World War I bunker armed with only 1 bullet and a noisy dynamo flashlight as you confront oppressive, nightmarish terrors lurking in the dark. Play as French soldier Henri Clement, scavenging scarce supplies, crafting tools, and navigating a semi-open bunker that changes with every playthrough. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $14, 20% off, BrokenLore Follow is a psychological first-person horror experience following Anne as she confronts the inner demons born from a painful past and a suffocating relationship with her overpowering mother. Atmospheric exploration and environmental storytelling drive an emotionally intense horror experience exploring self-acceptance, eating disorders, body dysmorphia, and feelings of worthlessness. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $8, 80% off, The Evil Within 2 is an atmospheric survival horror following Detective Sebastian Castellanos as he descends once again into the warped world of STEM to rescue his lost daughter. The decaying cityscape constantly shifts between dream and nightmare, testing your sanity as grotesque creatures lurk in the dark and twisted memories resurface, all while you explore semi-open environments filled with hidden dangers. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 45 hours to platinum. For $4, 70% off, Death Road to Canada is a chaotic roguelike zombie adventure where you guide a party of survivors through a randomized post-apocalyptic world filled with over-the-top encounters, deadly hordes, and unpredictable story events. You'll fight or evade up to 500 zombies at a time, make difficult choices in interactive sequences, and discover rare weapons and characters with unique abilities as you scramble towards safety. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $10, 65% off, Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted is a terrifying collection of classic and original minigames set in the Five Nights universe with faithfully remade scenarios pulled directly from the original games. Survive relentless animatronic encounters, repair malfunctioning systems and ventilation shafts under intense pressure, and endure nerve-wracking nights in the security office with both VR and non-VR modes fully included. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $8, 80% off, the Quarry Deluxe Edition is a cinematic teen horror experience where 9 summer camp counselors find their end-of-season party unraveling into a terrifying night of bloodshed and supernatural horror. Every decision shapes who lives and who dies across a branching story featuring an iconic Hollywood cast and online and couch co-op for up to 7 friends, while the Deluxe Edition adds 80s outfits, Death Rewind, and Gorefest movie mode. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $13, 35% off, Ground Zero is a survival horror game set in the devastated ruins of Busan, where elite operative Seo Yeon investigates a catastrophic meteor impact and discovers grotesque mutations lurking in the fog. Fight with expert military combat, earn genome points for cleaner kills to unlock upgrades, and take on massive bosses in a game that lovingly channels classic survival horror with fixed cameras and pre-rendered backgrounds. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $10, 50% off, the Dark Pictures anthology, Man of Medan, follows 5 friends on a holiday driving trip that turns sinister when a storm rolls in, sending them aboard a horrific ghost ship. Every playable character can live or die based on your choices, explore the extended flooded chapter with new deaths, unlock the curator's cut for brand new scenes and decisions, and adjust difficulty settings and accessibility options like subtitle sizing. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $4, 50% off, Five Nights at Freddy's puts you behind the desk at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, watching security cameras through the night as the animatronic's behavior grows unpredictable once the lights go down. Manage your limited nightly power carefully, since running out means losing your security doors and lights, and keep track of Freddy and his friends on the monitors to protect yourself if they wander from their proper places. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 5 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $21, 40% off, Madison is a first-person psychological horror game that plunges you into a nightmarish world where your family has been brutally murdered and you wake up trapped in a dark room. Using a possessed instant camera, you'll explore, solve twisted puzzles, and uncover the horrifying truth behind the gory ritual Madison wants you to complete, while evading multiple sinister entities whose disturbing backstories intertwine with the main narrative. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $3, 85% off, Dead Island Definitive Edition is a remastered zombie survival action RPG set on the tropical island of Banoi, where a sudden outbreak turns paradise into a nightmarish fight for survival. Explore an open-world solo or with up to 4 players in co-op, smashing and slicing zombies with visceral, customizable melee combat while scavenging for weapons, crafting upgrades, completing side quests, and facing terrifying hordes. It's a 74 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $30, 40% off, Cthulhu The Cosmic Abyss is a first-person Lovecraftian horror adventure set in 2053, where Agent Noah investigates missing miners in the Pacific depths and descends into Relia as Cthulhu's influence steadily erodes his sanity. Gather clues with AI companion Key, solve complex puzzles, and navigate branching investigative paths in a cinematic narrative where the deeper you go, the more your mind succumbs to cosmic horror. It's a 70 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $5, 80% off, Killer Frequency is a horror comedy first-person puzzle game set in 1987, where you play a late-night radio DJ running the graveyard shift in a small town and must save callers from a mysterious killer. You'll solve puzzles, explore a fully interactive retro radio station, gather clues, and make real-time decisions through branching dialogues while interacting with eccentric townsfolk, all under the pressure that every call could mean life or death. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $2, 90% off, Layers of Fear is a psychological horror exploration game where players delve into the mind of an insane painter and uncover the dark secrets behind his obsession as they navigate a constantly shifting Victorian-era mansion. Experience a story-driven journey through living art, psychedelic environments, and haunting visions while piecing together the painter's tragic past to complete his ultimate masterpiece. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 10 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $3, 40% off. Ravenous Devils is a horror cooking simulator where Percival manages a tailor shop, luring clients in for new suits before killing them and tossing their bodies down a trapdoor for Hildred to turn into delicious corpse-based meals at her pub. Manage resources carefully, steal outfits to craft new clothing, and upgrade both businesses to grow their renown, all while staying one step ahead of someone who knows their grim secret. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $12, 50% off, The Bridge Curse 2: The Extrication is a first-person survival horror adventure set in Taiwan's Wenhua University, where ghost tales and folklore come to life. Play as 4 distinct characters, including a determined news reporter and 3 students, evading relentless ghosts and solving puzzles through echoing corridors and haunted halls using stealth, tactics, and sacred objects to outwit your supernatural pursuers. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, Outlast Bundle of Terror is a horror bundle including Outlast and Whistleblower, where players explore Mount Massive Asylum to uncover dark secrets and survive its deadly inhabitants. Players experience the asylum through journalist Miles Upshur and software engineer Waylon Park, facing terrifying enemies, unraveling the Murkoff Corporation's experiments, and confronting events before and after the original story. It's an 80 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 10 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $5, 75% off, Outlast 2 is a first-person psychological horror game following cameraman Blake Langerman and his wife Lynn as they investigate the brutal murder of a pregnant woman known as Jane Doe. Follow a trail of disturbing clues, confront a fanatical cult and escalating horrors that test your sanity, and rely on stealth, quick thinking, and your camera's night vision as every step into darkness heightens tension and dread further. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $16, 20% off, BrokenLore Unfollow is a first-person psychological horror game where Anne, haunted by the trauma of bullying, is trapped in a surreal nightmare and must confront the most painful moments of her life while grotesque creatures stalk her every move. Exploring themes of cyberbullying, body dysmorphia, and emotional isolation, it delivers a tense, symbolically rich horror experience uncovering social media's dark impact on mental health. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. Alright, that's it for today's list, everybody. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is, if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sale stuff that I put out, leave a like, and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.